All artworks, shapes, and segments have really two different properties. They have a fill and they have an outline. And to demonstrate that, what I'm going to do is just click on, let's say, for example, this star that we created. And what you can see, first of all, here in the color palettes, notice I have two color palettes, the threads color palette and the brushes color palette. And the reason for that is I have techniques turned on that include both printing and embroidery. In fact, I have all of my techniques currently are turned on. And so the point here is the fill and the outline are shown by the symbols in the color palette. And so what you can see here is this is the available thread colors and these are the available brush colors. But the lower level, these are the ones that are in use in the design. And specifically, we can see that this shape has a white fill and a black outline. And the fill is always represented by the lower right-hand corner of a color option. And the outline is always represented by the upper left-hand corner of a color option. And you see the pencil is in the upper left, and the fill can is in the lower right. And so you can choose. So look, if I click on, I'll select, I have my select tool, select this circle. It's got a white fill and a black outline. Well, let's change that. Let's give it a red fill. So to give this a red paintbrush fill, I would choose a new color. I would choose red by clicking in the lower right-hand corner of this red color. And so now we can see that in our design, we have both red and white fill, or brush colors. And currently, the one that is selected has a red fill with a black outline. And so this is how you can change them, by simply clicking on them. So if I wanted the outline of this one to be a different color, let's say blue, I'll just click on the upper left-hand corner of here. And now we see that the shape that I have selected has a red fill and a blue outline. But if I click on another shape like this star, it's got a white fill and a black outline. If I want to give it a different color outline, now I already know that this blue's in the design, so if I wanted to reuse it, I could click right now in the upper left-hand corner of that blue, and therefore this star over here has a white fill with a blue outline, so slightly different than the other shapes. And so you can change and choose the colors, and if I zoom in closer, you'll actually see that. So now in the next segment, we'll kind of build on this, and we'll talk about the object properties and how we can control the style of fill and outline that each shape gets. So in general, here we're talking about selecting the color. So you basically, just to do it again, select this shape, decide that it's going to have a green fill and a red outline. And so that shape has a green fill with a red outline. The current colors of brushes in our design is now red, green, and white. And the current colors of run or embroidery thread in our design is currently black, red, and green. So that's how you can change the colors of the fill and of the outlines of your shapes.